So I think it's safe to say that quarantine in most places, well, it's been lifted. But as soon as, we think that, bam, we're hit again with another wave of COVID.
Yep, it just happened here. There's nearly 800 new cases today, and the hospitals are getting full of capacity. And, it is scary because, like, in March, everyone was panicking, and then, like, 2, 3 months later, everyone's like, okay, well, it's over now. Like, no, people are still dying. There's no cure or vaccine.
And I'm not sure if we're ever gonna get a vaccine. People keep saying like we're gonna have one in like a year, 2 years, but it might take longer than that.
Yeah, and it's just frustrating to see, like, other people not care or take it as seriously.
That is true. I mean, like COVID and quarantine really changed how people look at each other. If you're not wearing a mask, people give you like dirty looks or steer clear of you. People have hand sanitizers in the pockets to use, have wipes to wipe their car handle, wipe this and that.
I'm I'm surprised people weren't carrying around hand sanitizer before.
Some people did, not everyone, but it definitely became a way popular thing. Maybe we should start a business of hand sanitizer, give this all up, the podcast business, start a hand sanitizer company.
What would set us apart from all the others?
We'll, our hand sanitizers will be made of
Love.
glue, love and
Oh,
glue.
loving glue.
Love is the glue of life.
Well, that's not the topic for today.
Yeah, no one wants to talk about glue. But COVID, it's really changed the outlook of everyone. Like what are you noticing that you didn't notice before?
I mean, I always had a feeling that people were selfish, but now it's like, oh, you guys are really selfish.
In like what way?
I mean, people, refusing to put on masks even though they're required in stores, and still hanging out with their friends and like posting it on social media. And it's like someone who has been, I have not gone anywhere, barely anywhere. I have not seen my friends since February or March. And it's like, I would love to see them. I want to see them, but like, I know that I would put other people at risk if I were to go outside. And other people are just like, hey, I'm partying. Like, it's just annoying.
Annoying, man. I was at a party yesterday. I was having the time of my life. Everyone
I
was
know.
everyone
You,
yeah, everyone was spinning in their hands, shaking them and giving each
and
other French
then, yeah, and then licking each other's hands.
And then we did this game where we would blindfold each other and we would spin around and we would have to pick a cup out of 40 different cups and every cup had someone spit in it and we had to guess what whose spit it was.
I was gonna say, do other people's spit taste like anything?
Well, from my experience, um, kinda, not really. Like it's kind of weird thinking about it, but
Spit
when
is
when you kiss
spit.
when you kiss someone, it's like different, like from kissing another person. Like Ashley, when I kissed her, her kisses were more sweet to me.
It tasted sweet.
Not well, it's more of like a feeling. Like it was like like it was like if I was eating something sweet or tasted something sweet. That's how her kisses were.
Oh, that's kind of
But
deep.
when I would kiss Nina, she like I don't know, it was kind of plain. Not maybe that's what people mean by good kissers and bad kissers. I'm not sure. Like it kind of fell flat when we would kiss, like it didn't really.
Like the feeling or the actual physical lips moving.
Ashley liked losing her tongue,
Well,
and Nina didn't. Um, And I don't really like using my tongue either that much. Um, I don't know. It's like it's more of a feeling than a taste, I guess.
Well, what what have you noticed during this
I
time?
I've noticed that spit. Not joking. I've noticed that people are definitely more cautious. People are definitely more reserved in their ways of interaction. People, not everyone, of course, like stay 6 feet away from each other. Um, my uncle, we have to keep reminding him to stay 6 feet away because he has cancer and he could catch it and it can go bad in his way. And so he's always coming up to you and he's like, "Oh, hey, you boy." I'm like, you gotta stay away. Even though I may not be sick, I could be asymptomatic or I could have been in contact with someone. He's like, "Oh, yeah, yeah," and then he steps away. 5 seconds later, and close again, like, "What are you doing?" He's just friendly like that, so I don't blame him too much.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird because like in the beginning everyone was panicking over toilet paper and now that like it's kind of like that panic has calmed down, but like the numbers haven't really calmed down. And like people are trying to go back to normal, but it's like you look at the news and there's still a bunch of people who are dying and it's just a weird feeling.
Yeah, at first it was old people, and then it was like middle-aged, and now it seems to be just old, young people and children that are getting sick.
Yeah, I keep
Um,
seeing like a lot of like older teenagers and people in their early 20s. I'm like, "Oh, that's like me."
hmm Maybe it's like because they say there's different strains, and maybe it's like two different strains going at the same time, affecting people. I'm not like, do you know the symptoms of COVID?
It's just like being like not being able to breathe correctly. Like some people have like I've read that like it just feels like a flu to them or like a
hmm
fever.
Yeah, some people like have different symptoms, so it's
And
kind of hard to
yeah, and
tell.
then some aren't experiencing anything at all.
hmm And some people die.
And then even like if you do like recover, like what does that mean though?
Well, I've heard that your respiratory system wouldn't function correctly. It's like your lungs are damaged from then on, like the rest
Dang.
of your life. Yeah, I mean, that was in the beginning, and of course, information keeps switching around, so that might not be true now. So don't take my words at face value. I implore everyone to research COVID and like the symptoms and how people have survived, because many people have beaten COVID, and sadly, many more have not. So it's best to stay safe. And of course, everyone's probably have done this. I've done this myself. Well, you girl, have you done this with yourself?
I mean, mostly in the very beginning, so I don't know how things have been in like the past few weeks, which I guess I'm guilty of the same, like being very panicked. I guess like seeing those videos of everyone like trying to fight over things in the stores, panic because I was like, oh my gosh, are we really not going to be allowed outside at all? Um, but now I've kind of like calmed down about it, and in the beginning I kept checking like every day, and I haven't been checking as much just because it was like making me really anxious. Um, so I haven't really been. I only saw just today that like at least in my city that hospitals are getting filled up. So that is concerning on.
And that's understandable. I mean, everyone's gone through that in the beginning. Like everyone was in a panic because it's a thing America hasn't had to deal with since 1917 with the Spanish flu or the H1N1 influenza, as it's known today. That was a pandemic in that started in, I want to say, Kentucky. I think it was in Kentucky,
No, that's wrong.
and people had to quarantine themselves then too. And so it's been years since then, right? It's been a long time. And when in 2020, when COVID hit, bam, everyone scattered like cockroaches, running around for toilet paper and other things of that would, of course would be useful.
Especially with
Um,
the internet, like seeing those videos of people panicking over toilet paper. I was like, oh my gosh, should we go buy toilet paper too? Like, honestly, like toilet paper is like the least necessary thing if it had to come down to that.
well, I would rather have toilet paper to wipe my butt than my own hand or something.
Well,
Or
water also exists.
do you have a bidet?
No, but you should invest in one.
Or just grab a hose, you know?
Or just hop in the shower. Just after every
Oh
time
yeah.
you use the restroom, just take a shower.
I wonder in like countries that have primarily that use bidets, did they experience a rush in toilet paper as well?
Well, isn't
That's
that only
interesting.
like popular in Japan?
Japan, I know some parts in Europe, but yeah, the bidet definitely came in handy for those guys.
Yeah. Or unless maybe they're panicking over something else instead of toilet paper. Like,
People were buying water bottles in the beginning.
well, I understand food and water, but like random items like toilet paper.
Well, if you have food and water, you gotta have toilet paper too for that, you know,
Or you could just go dig a hole in your backyard.
and wipe your butt against the dirt.
No, some leaves. And then get
Then what's the
poison
hole
ivy.
for?
The hole so it can go in there.
The ivy? The poison ivy?
Your poop.
Well, that's why you have a toilet, dang it. You know, let's just brush this little subject over.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I've just been like mad during this time because I see other people going out and I'm like, I want to go outside. I just want to go to Target to browse the $5 section, but I can't. And that's such a like, I mean, there's also people, so many people without jobs and also the stimulus check, like, I'm sure that didn't last anyone for very long. So it's more serious than just like, oh, I can't go to the store.
Is that the first thing you're gonna do? Is go to Target when the quarantine's over, isolation's done?
Um, Most likely.
Um, well, have you done any like online shopping?
No, not actually, because I've never really been like an online shopper to begin with.
Mm-hmm. That's how I get my good stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Do you now?
My gummy bears.
Oh, what about those little panda things you sent me?
That we got at Costco.
I've never been to a Costco.
Yeah, when I went, it was my first time. It was the first time doing a lot of things. I went to this nice Asian restaurant, got some noodles, got something called a spicy warrior, which is a great name.
Did you sit inside?
Yeah, we sat inside. There's people in there. There was five of us. There's five of us at a table.
Did you wear a
The wait
mask?
no, the waiters had masks, and that's interesting to me because I think that might become a standard in um, hospitality where people would be wearing with along with the uniform a mask. Like, do you think that will stick around?
No, only if you're sick, I would understand, but not just like all the time for
Where
no reason.
hairnets and gloves are a standard in like kitchens, so why not masks? Like it's an extra layer of protection.
I guess, but it's also like we were like running low on those, so to have them
Well, people,
everywhere.
I mean, we had a low amount of them because we didn't expect for everyone to go out and buy them. It was like the toilet paper. We ran out of that too, even though everyone buys toilet paper. It's just that we didn't have enough product to meet the consumers' needs.
I think it would be a good idea for like when people are sick to wear those. Like that's what they do in Asia, and it's like a
What if you're
norm.
always sick?
Okay, then wear one all the time.
Hmm. I think I think it should become a standard in workplaces. Um, and it doesn't have to be too thick either. It could be thin, like a thin one, so it's like easier to breathe.
Yeah, I was just watching this TikTok of this girl who has breathing problems, and that's like a lot of the like people who are trying to protest the pandemic. They're like, I can't breathe under my mask, so that's why I can't wear one. And this girl, she has like a little monitor to like check her like breathing, and she like tried three different masks, like from light to like really heavy, and her breathing didn't even change. So like, how are they gonna use that
Hmm,
as an excuse?
that is true. That is true. Some places are willing to work with you. You don't have to just use a mask. You can use a scarf, a bandana. Even some, very few, are willing to let you go into their business with just your shirt over your nose and mouth.
Yeah, I
So
think
that's,
yeah, like as long as you're covering your face, then just cover your face.
yeah. Let's talk about something that's always on my mind. Love.
You're gonna get me emo again.
Aren't you emo all the time?
That is true.
Now, I'm only bringing this up because all day today I've been hearing certain words that a person I used to know,
Now you're just somebody that I used to know.
and it's a good song by the way, would always say. And so every time someone would speak and they said a certain keyword, it made me think of that one person. And does that sound like love to you?
Yes.
I hate it. I don't love it.
Do you not
It's
want
like,
to love this person?
no, I don't.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about.
I feel the same with that friend that I talked about a few couple episodes, and
Hmm.
I think I'm slowly coming to terms with this realization that I've been struggling with for like I don't know how many months now.
And you finally found them, right? But you just haven't contacted them,
Who?
the person,
What do you mean found them?
on Facebook.
What?
We are talking about him, no?
Well, actually, him too, but I'm not gonna talk to him.
Oh, dang. Okay, well, spill the beans. Maybe jog my memory here.
The friend. It's a friend.
The
I was never
friend.
friends with that guy, really. We just like talked.
Ah, okay, okay. Yes, I remember who you're talking about now.
And it's like I don't want it either.
You don't want to either. Yeah, hopefully things go well with that endeavor.
I
Um,
mean, should we talk about, rejection of love? Have you ever been rejected?
no. Have you?
I've never actually kind of.
Kind of.
It wasn't even like necessarily romantic, that's why.
Okay, so how did it go down?
You can hear this story. Oh, it's the episode called The Little Mermaid. Um,
Uh-huh.
so, someone
Season
pushing,
one.
someone pushing my affection away. So that was kind of like the only rejection I've ever faced because I never tell people how I feel.
That's something we both can learn, how to share our feelings. And I'm not sure if this is the best way of doing it by posting it on the internet,
But
but
hey,
it seems to be working.
at least we're talking about it in some way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Definitely, my dude.
Everything I could ever want is right here. In fact, let's sing our own song about the joy of staying indoors. I know of a place where you never get harmed. A magical place with magical charms. Indoors, indoors, indoors. Take it away, Penny. Can you shut the fuck up?